Last year, they sold 78,000 units by the end of June 2022. This is Kia's top selling EV, their second most popular selling car after the Sportage. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why the Kia Niro EV is so popular. It's eco-friendly and people care about that stuff now. Listen to the headliner. It sounds a bit different, right? It feels a bit different. It's because it's made from recycled wallpaper. Charging. This Kia Niro EV has got a 64.8 kilowatt hour battery. That's going to give you 285 miles of range. The max charge it can take is 72 kilowatts. I know, it's not that revolutionary. Use a 100 kilowatt fast charge, you'll get 10 to 80 in 45 minutes. But where I see most people using this car is just charging it up at home on your drive from a 7.4 kilowatt wall box, and that'll do it from 0 to full in 9 hours and 25 minutes. You can use a thing called a digital key with the Niro EV, which means I can use my phone or my watch to open the car. It's practical too. 475 litres of boot space. Check out this cavity. Here's the front. We got 20 litres of boot space in the Niro EV's front. You got a little bit of net for storage. The paint uses a BTX paint, which means there's no benzene, toluene and xylene. Great if you care about the environment. A few stats on the Kia Niro EV: 201 brake horsepower, 255 Newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 62 in 7.8 seconds, which we will try out later. And with it being modern, you get loads of cool standard tech as well. I'm talking about smart cruise control. I'll show you how that works later on. Lane follow assist. Also, you get reverse parking camera. Check it out with a couple of options to look at what you're going to hit. And reversing sensors as well. However, you only get on the two this 8-inch infotainment screen. I would like to see the bigger one you see on the higher trim levels. The sport mode just kind of makes that accelerator just a little bit more responsive. Let's give it a jab. Whoa, it's got a bit of go in it, you know. I'm looking forward to the 0 to 62 later. It's got some go, and any families that have this car, it's definitely got enough power. And with electric vehicles, you know, you've got that instant power at your feet. Oh my gosh, what a corner. The looks. We have to talk about the looks. People are buying this because it looks good. We've got this heartbeat running light here that goes boop, taken from an ECG. The Niro EV all has 17-inch rims. Check them out. There you go. This piece here where you can see the air is allowed to come in, aerodynamically come and out of the car, helping you maximize that range. You've got these rugged parts on the side, making it a little bit more of an SUV type of car. It is a crossover, but yeah, this plastic trim kind of adds to its ruggedness. What do you think of the car? A lot of people are loving these looks. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds. I want to feel it, what it's like. I've got it in sport mode. Let's go. Okay, a little bit slow on the uptake. Progressive. Now it's starting to pick up. Now it's starting to pick up. Okay, and then we're there. We're there. More than enough for the UK families. It's good fun. It is good fun. But right now I'm going to put it back into eco because it's an electric car and I'm feeling tight and I want to save my vitals. I have Adam in the back with me and he likes to check out the comfort levels and space levels of cars. So Adam, talk to me about what it's like back there.
So some feedback on the rear seats in the Kia Niro. I'm actually quite surprised because I've got plenty of room. I didn't think I was going to get this much room in the back, but let me show you the knee room. Plentiful. I'd say I've got plenty of knee room. Headroom is actually really good as well, so there's no complaints there. And one thing I did want to mention was the suspension. The ride quality, I'll tell you, is good. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. we have been testing a lot of other various EVs and cars and stuff recently, and I would say suspension wise, this is probably up there with a most comfy ride, because it just seems to be soaking up the potholes, and on the English roads I feel like that's quite important. So as a passenger, you're going to be pretty comfortable. There's plenty of room for activities in the back. You've got cup holders here, which is nice to see, as well as a couple of USBs, which I'll point to over there, but they're in the seats and they're quite fancy.
I mentioned Smart Cruise Control earlier, and it's a great feature in these Kias. They have it in the Sportage and the other EV6 and so forth. It's literally this button on the steering wheel. You jab it once and you then can choose from your Smart Cruise Control. Actually, yeah, no, there it is. You can then choose your speed by flicking up and down on the toggle. And then also on top of that, you got lane follow assist, which is a button on the steering wheel, which is the steering wheel button in between the lanes. And then you get the 7 years warranty, which is another thing that people love about Kia and snapping up. We reviewed recently the MG4, a great car. It's the cheapest, starting at around 27k. We had the SE long range, which was 29k, again, a lot cheaper than this. And that comes with some warranty as well. So I'm asking you really, what would you choose over the Kia Niro EV? Let me know in the comments. You have got regenerative paddles in the Niro EV, and the left one is the plus. So if you jab the plus one, you go up. You can see a little gauge on your digital cluster. You've got 4 settings, and as you go all the way up and release the accelerator, you can just feel every time you go up one just how harsher that regenerative braking is, harvesting energy back into the battery. And if you go all the way, listen to this, that bing means it's on I pedal, which is the furthest, the max, and now I can just use my accelerator and let go, not even doing the brake. And if I let go of the accelerator completely, the car comes to a halt. Perfect, that's really good. I better keep going now because there's cars around. Let's talk about price with the trim levels with the Niro EV. This is the entry 2, which sits at £37,295, I think, if I'm right. And then we've got the 3, which goes up to 39,500-ish. And then we have the 4, the top trim level, which is £42,000, 300, give or take. So you can see the jumps. For me, I'd probably try and scramble and find an extra 2k and a bit to get up to the 3, to then enjoy the bigger infotainment screen and all the other extras it comes with. Let's talk about some competition, because there's quite a few other EVs out there, similar size. We've got the VW ID3 starting at 36k. That's going to be smaller. This has got a bigger boot and front space. Remember, we're looking at the 2 on this. This starts at 37k. If you spend a little bit more money, you could get the EV6. That starts at 45k, but you can see why this is a little bit more popular than the EV6 because of the price. Then you've got the Peugeot E2008 at around 36k, the Skoda Enyaq around 38k, a little bit more money. So there is a little bit more choice out there, but what I want to know is, what would you have over the Kia Niro EV? I would love to know in the comments, because I'm genuinely interested what people would rather have. One thing I would like to talk about is on the EV settings. What you need to do is click EV from your infotainment, and then when you click EV, go over to the EV settings, and you have this thing called winter mode. Now on the 2, you don't get a heat pump. You can get a heat pump on the trim level 3 and 4, and that will help your car be more efficient and get more range. Now what I want to talk about, and you can only get the heat pump for £900 more on trim levels 3 and 4, but not the 2. But anyway, when I got the car delivered, winter mode was ticked, and that means, well, it's not good because it's hot today, and you only really want winter mode on when it's really cold, because what that does is, when you have that turned on, when you go to charge your car, it heats up the battery. But by doing that in a cold climate like the UK is, it's pretty cold here, By doing that, you're going to reduce your driving range. So on warm days, just remember, when it's hot and warm, make sure EV settings have winter mode turned off. If it's ticked, you're going to waste your range when you go to charge your vehicle. Just a little tip and just something I wanted to share with you. Right, so that has been our episode on the Kia Niro EV and why it is so popular. We've seen how practical it is. I've had this car a week and it's been brilliant. I haven't needed any space. 285 miles of range, is that enough? I think so. If you're just pooling around, not going too far to work and back. It looks really good. We've spoke about everything, but what I want to know now, is this car for you? What would you have over this car? We spoke about the competition. Let me know what you think about the Kia Niro EV down in the comments below. Throw us a like if you like the video and get subbed, and I'll see you on the next one.